This F-22 pilot slapped a Russian fighter jet without ever touching it, in the most disrespectful move in modern history. It is late 2017, Eastern Syria. A squad of U.S. Special Forces operators is having the worst day of their deployment. They are pinned, not by bullets, not by mortars, by sound. A Russian Su-35 Flanker E is screaming over their heads at low altitude. The pilot is diving straight at them like he is running a bombing run. He pulls up at the last second. The shockwave hits the ground like a sledgehammer. It rattles equipment. It shakes teeth. It sends dust flying in every direction. The American soldiers hit the dirt every single time. The Russian pilot climbs back up. He circles. He does it again and again and again. He thinks this is funny. He thinks he is the alpha of this airspace. He thinks he is a comedian in a $30 million jet. He is about to find out how it feels to be laughed at. The Russian pilot has confidence. He has a powerful jet. He has authorization from Moscow to be aggressive. What he does not have is a clue about what is coming. The Russian pilot is flying one of Moscow's proudest machines, the Su-35 Flanker E. It is a 4++ generation fighter. Russia calls it almost 5th gen. The rest of the world calls it 4th gen with extra paint. It is fast. It is loud. And right now, it is being used to mess with U.S. infantrymen on the ground. The Russian pilot checks his radar after every pass. The screen is clean. No threats. No enemy aircraft. Just open sky and easy targets on the ground. He keys his radio and says something to his ground control. Probably bragging. Probably laughing. He has been doing these runs for days. Nobody has stopped him. No American jets have responded. He believes the Americans are scared. He believes we will not risk a confrontation. He believes Russia owns this sky, like a landlord who never fixes anything but still collects rent on time. He drops altitude again. He pushes the throttle forward. The twin engines scream. He is having the time of his life. He has no idea his life is about to get very uncomfortable. Back at the U.S. Air Operations Center, someone has had enough. The reports keep coming in. Russian jet, aggressive passes, U.S. troops shaken up. The commanders look at each other. They do not panic. Americans do not panic. Americans make phone calls. One phone call goes out. It reaches a unit that most countries pretend does not exist. It is too scary to even think about them. The 95th Fighter Squadron out of Tyndall Air Force Base. They fly the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, the deadliest craft created by human hands. One Raptor is already airborne in the region. The pilot gets the call. His orders are simple. Deal with the Russian. Do not start World War III. The pilot smiles behind his oxygen mask. He has an idea, and it is far worse than a missile. He is here to embarrass a man in front of the entire Russian chain of command. To understand why this is about to be a disaster for Russia, we need to understand the F-22 Raptor. It costs $143 million per unit. Its radar signature is the size of a penny. To the Russian Su-35's radar, the F-22 does not exist. It is like trying to find a specific grain of sand on a beach, while blindfolded during a sandstorm. Good luck, comrade. The Raptor also has Super Cruise. It flies at Mach 1.5 without afterburners. No heat signature, just silence and speed. This is not a fair matchup. The F-22 pilot climbs to high altitude. He checks his display. The Russian Su-35 appears as a bright contact on the screen, moving in circles, predictable, sloppy. The American pilot does not rush. He studies the pattern. Dive, pull up, circle, dive again. In fighter pilot school, they teach you never to be predictable. The Russian pilot must have been sick that day. The F-22 pilot picks his moment. He pushes the throttle forward, and he does the thing that will haunt this Russian pilot for the rest of his life. The Raptor drops from high altitude like a sword falling from the sky. 30,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 15,000 feet. He is descending fast, very fast. The G-forces press him into his seat. His eyes stay locked on the target. The Russian is starting another dive run toward the American troops. He has no idea that 43,000 pounds of American stealth technology is screaming toward him at supersonic speed. His radar screen is empty. His warning systems are silent. He is blind. He is deaf. He is about to have the worst day of his career. The F-22 pilot does not aim aim for the Russian jet. He does not even lock a missile. He aims directly in front of the Su-35's nose. The timing has to be perfect. The American pilot threads the needle. The F-22 rips across the Russian's flight path at supersonic speed. The distance is insanely close enough to read a license plate, if jets had license plates. The Russian pilot sees nothing. 1 second, the sky is clear. The next second, a gray blur explodes across his windscreen. But the blur is not the weapon. When a 43,000-pound aircraft flies at supersonic speed, it creates something called a wake vortex. It is like a tornado made of spinning air. Every aircraft leaves a trail of turbulent air behind it. Small planes make small turbulence. Big planes make big turbulence. The F-22 Raptor, flying at supersonic speed, creates a wake vortex that is a monster. The air behind the Raptor churns like the inside of a blender, set to destroy. The wake vortex hits the Su-35 head-on. The effect is immediate. The Russian jet bucks left, then it snaps right, then it drops, then it kicks up. The Su-35 is one of the most maneuverable fighters on Earth. Thrust vectoring, fly-by-wire controls. Right now, it cannot fly in a straight line. The jet is being thrown around like a crusty sock in a dryer. His helmet slams against the canopy. His body is being tossed in every direction. He screams to his ground controller, not in the voice of a man who was just buzzing American soldiers for fun. It is the voice of a man who has just met God, and God is flying as co-pilot of an American-made stealth fighter. His exact words are not publicly known, but multiple sources confirm he reported that his cockpit had turned into a washing machine. A washing machine at 15,000 feet, going 400 miles per hour, with no idea what just hit him. He fights for control. For several terrifying seconds, the Russian pilot is not a fighter pilot. He is a passenger in its own jet, a very scared, very confused, very humiliated passenger. Now here is where the American pilot earns his place in the Hall of Legends. He does not leave. Most pilots would have completed the mission. The Russian is disoriented. The buzzing has stopped. Job done. But this F-22 pilot is not done, because sending the message is only half the fun. Making sure it is received is the other half. As the Russian pilot finally regains control of his battered jet, he looks around frantically. He checks his radar again, still empty. Whatever hit him, he cannot find it. Then he looks to his left, and his blood turns to ice. The F-22 Raptor is sitting right there, wingtip to wingtip, cruising at the same speed, steady, calm, like it has been there the whole time, like it was waiting for him to notice. The American pilot looks over at the Russian. He raises his hand. He gives a casual peace sign through the gold-tinted canopy. 2 fingers, that is it. No aggression, no shouting on the radio. Just 2 fingers and the most devastating eye contact in military aviation history. I own this sky. I own your jet. I own this moment, and there is nothing you can do about it. The Russian pilot does not try anything else. He does not even make a tough guy comment on the radio. He turns his Su-35 away. He flies back toward Russian-controlled airspace, probably rethinking every life choice that led him to this moment. The buzzing stops. Somewhere in a Russian airbase, a pilot has to write a report. He has to explain to his commanding officer how he was slapped around and flashed a peace sign. He has to explain why he stopped the mission. His commander reads the report. His commander reads it again. His commander probably needs a drink. That is why you do not mess with the United States.